All right. So, where were we? So we left off getting our browser source and everything working. And so one of the things I really wanted to solve first that was getting really annoying was when we were restarting the bot over and over again, and the WebSocket kept disconnecting. And
Right.
I think we can solve that really quickly. So we've got these callbacks here for when certain events happen on our WebSocket. So what I think we can do is I think we can abstract this logic out here to say like a function start WebSocket or something. And then we should be able to like copy all of this crap in there. Right? Yeah. So we can move all of that. Whoa. We must have missed. Yeah. Okay. So this is, yeah, so we want this to happen if it doesn't. So we actually want to get all of that out. And then we're going to put that up here into this function. That'll give us a function to start our WebSocket. And then start WebSocket. And then we should be able to, in this logic, is this? Oh, my bad. Okay. So I need to move this over here. I want to be able to see my chat. Okay. So then what we should be able to do is on this on-close logic, rather than putting something in the page, we should be able to just call ourselves recursively, right?
Yeah, but do you want
Or we should wrap that in a timer.
You're going to want to set this connection outside of that, though, to scope the connection being that you use it.
But I think this connection dies afterwards, right?
Yes.
So we would be actually creating a new one, from my understanding. So
but does that fall out of scope here?
So, well, we're not really using it. We're only using it inside this loop, right?
Right.
So I think we need what is it? A set timeout? Set timeout?
Yes. Well, timeout is one time, and then if you want it to happen periodically, you would have an interval.
So I think maybe every 5 seconds?
Well, timeout would only be one time.
Right, but this on-close method, every time the connection dies, it's going to trigger a timeout to start it again. And I know from doing some research that if a WebSocket fails to connect, it also triggers an on-close.
Okay.
So that should mean even if the WebSocket isn't available, this should trigger.
You want to take the parentheses off that start WebSocket there.
Oh, right, because that's
the function, not the result of the function.
Right. Okay. So we need tunes. What are we doing here? Tunes. There we go. You don't get tunes. You get quiet.
I know.
We'll figure out a way to pass it over. All right. I might need to just buy a nice mixer here, and then I can kind of send sounds into each other and create virtual interfaces and stuff. So, next up. That should solve our problem. I guess we could test that by doing our Eric bot dev run. And then hide that. Where's my browser? Oh, because I've got the browser open for this, so we need nope, not code. What am I doing? New window. Opening up on another screen. This is a problem with having too many screens. All right, now you go away. Okay.
Let's see if I got it here.
So now we've got this. Just make sure that this works. Boom, we're in there. We're color coded and everything. Now, if I disconnect this, right? So now I don't.
Get that
Can I drag this to the other screen? All right, there we go. All right, so now connection closed. Oh, did we not remove that? We're cached.
Did you start your command, your npm command, to build it?
Oh, I did not. So that we needed to go into web, and it was npm run dev.
I believe so. You can check the video. There you go. That's in the package JSON.
Okay, so now I forgot about that. So that's not going to work. So we need to Eric bot dev run again. All right, so now we're running. Just double check. Testing again. Now we kill it. And then start it again. And then we'll give it, I don't know, a couple seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I see pending. You can see in the network tab, you can see when it's pending.
Oh, that's a good point. Look at you being smart.
I
All
try
right.
sometimes.
Network. Where is it?
If you go into, there's a, you can select WS.
There we go.
Network. There you go. And that'll show you the active sockets.
I don't see any active sockets though. So are we not reconnecting here?
I still see it as pending.
Let me just do a quick test. It's working. So our reconnect logic works. Perfect, because that was kind of annoying me. So now we should be able to modify some stuff, and I mean, as long as we don't need to refresh for code changes. It worked. Hey, Chris, what's going on, man? So Steve and I are working on a Go bot, well, a Twitch bot written in Go, which is apparently a rite of passage for all Twitch streamers. You apparently cannot actually deem yourself a live coder without building your own Twitch bot. So we're working on that certification right now. Okay, so there's a couple of other things I want to do. I mean, there's a lot of code cleanup. Let's open up the GitHub repo for it, which I have not pushed the code to yet. Eric bot dev. Okay, so whoa, my whole screen just went out on me. That's weird. Steve's hacking me.
Yep.
I knew I shouldn't have let him on here. What was that? Was it sound trustworthy? Was that it? No, what was it? Now we gotta find it. Streaming. Sounds. What did we call it? It's just trust. All right. It's not playing.
It is.
Is it?
Yep.
I can't hear it.
It came through on the Twitch stream.
It came through on the Twitch stream? No, because I don't even hear it in my own browser.
Sir,
oh, then it just came through for you and I.
Questionable motives.
Whoa.
Are you quite sure they can be trusted?
Is it that delayed?
Yep.
No. Why is it so delayed?
Sir, I believe
now it's not.
Questionable motives. Are you quite sure they can be trusted?
There it is, though. Oh, hey, welcome, McCann. So I fixed something. I hope. Let's try it.
Is this working? Do I sound demonic?
I think I fixed it earlier.
Yep, it's fixed.
All right. We're back in business. And I added a new one, too, while I was in there. So we now have voice auto-tune.
I don't think this is quite the sound I was looking for, but it's a good start. I'll have
to tweak it.
Oh, man.
Were you listening to it on the stream?
Yeah.
All right. So this looks like it's an error with...
Oh, somebody's trying to hack you already.
Bobby Tables. So you would like to request a stream where Eric builds stuff and Steve tries to break in. This is one of those things that Steve and I are very, very equal in abilities, but there's some shifts. So Steve is much better at front end than I am. And I would say if anybody was going to do the breaking in stuff, it would probably be me. Okay, so the other thing I need to do is, do I have one in here for, yeah, we need to add an issue here. Tag it browser source. Ensure sound file exists and no path traversal strings exist. So we've got a lot of work to do here. I'm actually really looking forward to getting, like, I need to push this up so that everybody has access to it so that we can all start working our way through it. But, I do know that
and then I can break it to prove you wrong.
So I thought I had one in here for the WebSocket. So just, fetch, handle, oh yeah, we still need to do badges. Handle disconnects and reconnects better. Boom, done. Close issue. All right, we're fixing stuff already. So we may want to tweak this still a little bit because I don't know how this is going to line up. I suppose we could remove this background and put it up on as a real overlay, but maybe I'll do that off stream. So we can do some refactoring. Let's find an issue we're going to work on here. So we can do some basic error handling here. We can try to handle emotes because I think right now our bot does not handle these. So let's add a little mic drop. Yeah, see. So we need to handle emotes. We need to handle badges. We also need to, these are just some things. Channel points, documentation. We're not doing documentation and tests. Psh, we'll wait till it's done. We'll have time after the project is over for that, right?
That's along with performance and security.
Exactly. Those are things we do at the end. At the end. All right.
That's the next person's problem. That's the guy who has to maintain it.
Right. Open source the documentation. Perfect. I'll build the bot. You build the documentation. I love it. All right. So use felt style and place the chat appropriately. Use color data provided as part of user. I think we already did that, right?
Yeah.
Done. We haven't even had to write code to... well, I guess we did. So... yeah, we don't want to do that. The enabled modules, yeah, so that's the same thing. Okay, so triggers and alerts is kind of what I'm thinking. So what triggers and alerts are is that currently in our config, we have the ability to supply commands. And a command is something that comes in through the chat and triggers some sort of action to take place. Well, what I want to do is try to build kind of the opposite of this, which is more event-based or triggers, so that we can say things like, when a sub comes in, I want you to do these things. Make sense?
Right.
So I think that might be a cool place to start, though. I think the code is kind of starting to get a little on the messy side, and it really needs some refactoring and tests, but that's not fun. It's not fun. See, check media directory to ensure sound exists. So, okay, so we need to think about how triggers are going to work. So it's going to start out in our Twitch module here, and we've got like our on private message. So this might be a good place to start. We need to go pull up our respond to Twitch events. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. So this on user notice message is going to come in, and then we're going to be able to look at the tags. If we click on that. So this is our tags, and we should be able to... oh, information to replace text in the message with emote images. This can be... what is this? So this is trying to tell us Does this come in when somebody sends an emote? Or is this just coming in to tell us that a user joined that has this emote? I think we're going to have to like spit some of these messages out. And
We had a message in the WebSocket from your other for the mic drop, so we could look at what that was. No, it just said, yeah, the text is just Eric do mic drop.
yeah, so there's got to be information then. Well, so we can take a vote. Who wants to work on like badges and emotes, and who wants to work on triggers? If we do triggers, then we'll start moving into, we can, you know, animate something across the page or something like that when it's triggered. +1 for TDD.
Too late for that.
Yeah, it's a little late for test-driven development. We've already written a lot. We've already done a lot of development in exactly 0 tests.
This is TAD. Test
Yeah.
after development.
We have development-driven tests. That's what we're doing. Okay, so yeah, I do TDD a lot in normal development, but for this started out as like a little spike of trying to get a bot working, and then it turned into like this whole modular bot that people will be able to reuse somehow. And I want to put it up so that people can use it and extend it, but now I'm kind of ashamed that it started as like this spike that never ended, and it could use a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, I mean, ideally you do these things where you do these short little spikes to prove out the concepts and get a feel for how it should work. Then you think of a great architecture, throw it all over, like throw it all away, start over, and write tests first. But
All right, we didn't get a vote, so I'm going to vote for us. I veto everybody. And now what we're going to do is, I think it just takes an anonymous function. It does. Okay, so we just need to delete that. What's the alarm for? Is there fire?
only
Okay.
on the dance floor.
I need to like reset the colors and things like that. That's one thing I didn't think about in building this command, is it looks so cool when I've got like the multicolor thing going on, and then somebody does an alarm and then it gets stuck red forever.
Oh, just to implement it after a certain period of time, it goes back.
Yeah.
I'd like to figure out how
There we
the
go.
view itself, how its color code is calculated, and write a converter from hexadecimal to the integer that it uses.
I mean, you're welcome to do that.
Because I think everybody keeps asking for that. It's like, hey, can I just give it a hexadecimal
Yeah.
value?
We'll leave this here. All right, so we're gonna have a Twitch user notice message. So I think we can let's log this out for right now, and let's see what kinds of things come in as part of console.log. This is the problem with switching back and forth between languages.
Yeah, Go does not have console. I mean, we could implement it, but that might be going a bit extreme.
All right, so I mean, I can technically do this too, right? Go build. Right? No. Meh. We'll do it this way. Alright. So now we should see messages. Let's just send an emote and see what happens. Yeah, so that doesn't do anything, even though it said it should. Oh, we need somebody to follow. We need to know what that message looks like. We need some example messages here. There's no there's no
I think you're
JavaScript yet.
milking it for follows. That's what you're doing.
I am.
You don't actually need to know how that message works. You
It's
just want
all
follow.
it's all a scheme to get more follows.
Look, it's broken. You got to do it again. How
Alright.
about subscribe?
Okay, so it looks like we're going to have contains the fields listed in the preceding prototype. So it looks like there's a message ID. The tier exactly. So it actually is only going to tell me what the message type is if you do a tier 3 sub. That's other than that, no messages come through.
We're
Alright.
going to keep typoing it many
Yeah.
times so everybody has to do it.
Okay, so we have a message ID, but all right, I thought this said tags. Twitch tags. So is tags just a big thing for it? Let's go look up the docs for this, even though I'm not very convinced. With TDD, I can simulate the event. Well, I can't simulate it because I don't know what it looks like yet.
That's what we're trying to figure out right now.
Is what does this message look like? So this was on user.
Do the voice commands actually work on my voice, or is it only routed through your mic?
It is only routed through my mic. If I did it for you, it would be all system audio. Like including the music.
That could be interesting.
So user notice message. All right, so there's get type. Returns back a message type. Nope, that's still the same thing. Is this what we're looking for? Auto-tune with A and T capitalized.
So,
Let's see. So there is a message ID. Let's see how
This aligns.
Auto-tune is like one step below
Yeah.
high pitch.
Yeah, it's just slightly off. I need to mess with it. So we do have emotes. User notice message with emotes.
Yeah, I need to make it all lowercase. That's just what I named the filters.
All right, I'm trying to figure out how this maps. Oh, we also need to implement channel points so that it costs you channel points to do that. Okay, so I am so confused here. There is an emotes thing on here.
And this has a message ID.
Wait, yeah, message ID, the type of notice, not the ID. Valid values, sub, resub, sub gift. So this sounds like what we want. So in theory, that's what we should be looking for, right?
Right.
So we should be switching on message dot message ID. What are we doing now?
Now I need to get my tuning in before it costs
Right, yeah, yeah.
Or you just need to have some like really engaging messages and just build up a lot of points real quick.
All right, so let's
Let's just copy these in here. Because this is...
Our possibilities.
Oh, I literally had them right here. So we've got sub,
I told you were fishing for subs.
case, resub. Well, I haven't seen this work yet either. So case, sub, gift.
Non-sub gift.
You guys are creating a rave here. Whoa. I'm actually going to do this. Where'd we leave off? A non-sub gift. So here.
That'll be the interesting thing when you can start combining commands. Get them to where they can select music. Just pick a song. Like a YouTube URL or something.
What's that?
Next thing you know, you'll have the party going on behind you with MC Hammer. You know, can't touch it.
All right. So these are all our options. Let's see. I feel like this is probably not needed. And I'm probably doing all of this for nothing. Because there's probably a generic way to think about this where we just send a trigger, we just run a trigger and pass this name. Right?
Well, either way, you'll probably use the case statement somewhere.
Well, no, not really. Because the thought here, I'll just finish this because I'm close enough. I don't see bits in here. So we're going to have to figure out how that works too. Because I don't see... Unless that's... No. All right. So now we're missing where the bits are. But so after I just built this entire freaking thing, I think really what we want is something like a... Whoa, I'm bouncing all over here. Is something more like a bot.trigger and then the trigger name, right? Like a font sprint f. And then we could say Twitch is the module, and then that's the name of. I feel like that's probably the better way to do it, right?
Right.
Log into my bot account on Twitch? What do you mean? Oh, how to change the display name for the bot? Yeah, so right now I just have it using a key for my own name. I do have a separate account that I created for the bot. It's just not using it right now because it doesn't really respond. So, I mean, I guess it does for like this project one. So, but I do have Eric Bot Dev registered. And now I'm trying to remember who came up with the name because they deserve all of the props because now I'm actually loving it more and more. The name Eric Bot Dev. Right. If you want the bot to have a different display name, you can name the app inside of the API when you get the developer token for it. You can name the application to differentiate them, but it's using your account. If you want the bot to have a different name, then you have to register another account. Yes, that's true. Okay, so what do you think, Steve? I think this might be the better way to do it.
Yeah, but wouldn't your Twitch module still have to be able to parse to figure out what each of those are?
Well, yeah. All right.
That's
so
what I'm thinking. You're just going to move the switch case statement somewhere
yeah, because
else.
we probably want to create separate types for these because there's going to be some information that comes along with it. So we probably are going to want to create our own types that get passed. So we do need to figure out how we get information from this though, right? So we have a couple of things. So this is going to parse our message ID. However, we've got a couple of other things to do. What room did this happen in? Or what channel did this happen in? Right, this matters because eventually our bot's going to join multiple channels, and we want to ensure that you get notified of that. So, okay, so this is whether or not a mod. That could be useful in some of our other stuff too. So it is a room ID. So this is deprecated. So this is, we look at badges to see whether or not somebody has them. User type. Yep. So that's deprecated. User's ID. That's fine. Okay. So the user ID we're going to want because we want to know who sent the message. So to do send user ID. So like if we wanted to put a notice on the screen or something like that, then we need to look at the user ID. But where's the information here? Right? So if somebody subbed, oh, okay, here we go. Several other message param fields. Welcome, Aaron. Thanks for the raid. We got a whole crew coming in here. So right now, well, we'll give everybody a second to kind of roll in there. That is Steve. That's my twin brother Steve, and he is way better at front end than me. So he's in here helping me with some front end work. So
I'm better, relatively speaking. So I'm kind of a jack of all trades, master of none.
Oh, Steve, we're overflowing here, man.
Oh.
All right, so we gotta fix that.
Let's see. Wait, Aaron, we're done with you. You can leave now. Oh, burn.
That's painful.
So Aaron says he could have used your help with some Svelte. So that's what we're doing now. So we actually have this whole interface in Svelte here that's going to replace what you see here above us in the chat. And then I'm sure Steve would love to. He's trying to get more into streaming.
Sure. Yeah, I'll jump on.
So we need to... That's a little too 8-bit for me.
I can't promise I'll be great at it, but, I'll be there to rag on you the whole time.
So this right here is actually going to replace the chat box above us. Thanks for the follow. What's in my OPSEC? Oh, wait. Did it log it? Did it log it? It might be delayed. So we're going to have to look for it. So we gotta fix this chat. We've got this through WebSocket. All of the chats coming in here. We've got the color. We don't have emotes working. We don't have badges working. That's coming. We decided to kind of sideline for a second. And there's Rocker Boo with the super creative. So the yeah, we're kind of yak shaving right now. So we're gonna have to get the yak going.
This yak is as smooth and in paint as it's going to get, sir. Shall we move on?
Thanks, man. Yeah, this is kind of fun having all this stuff set up here, where everybody can mess with the lights. Ooh, I like the purple. I like it.
Sir, if you shave one more yak today, you could start
So,
your own farm.
I guess we should fix this first. But what we're trying to work on today. Yeah, I actually really like that depth of field look. So I rotated my office the other week. We used to face this way. That right there used to be behind me. So I went down to one monitor and I kind of moved in the corner so that you all could see the electronics setup and all of that stuff. And so I could stop getting so much glare from that window. And then I changed out my camera and stuff while I was at it. So what our goal is for today is we got to fix this now. But what I want to try and do is introduce the concept of triggers into this. So right now we have commands, which are things that the user
Perhaps
triggers.
another rubber ducking session is in order, sir.
Exactly. We're rubber ducking it. So, so we have the commands which you trigger, but I want to call actions when certain things happen. So what we're trying to introduce now is, say, a follow happens, a sub happens. Do we get the event and how do we handle that? And I don't...
No, the hues aren't synced. Mine are just some regular up lighting that I had sitting around from Christmas.
Oh, here it is. So here's a raid. Let's copy that. We want this. So I don't know. We need just a new file here.
If we ever decide TDD.
I don't know. We're gonna use our README because we're not using it for anything else. All right. So here's our raid. Where's the follow?
The follow came after the raid. So maybe
Oh yeah. So where is it? Where are you, follow? I don't see it. Okay, so, well, this is one we can at least work with here, right? What do we got? I'm sorry, a single monitor? Blasphemy. Computers are literally... So, so that's untrue. I used to have two 34-inch ultra-wides side by side, and it was like people shining flashlights from the side, and I was constantly have to like lean over to see stuff. So now I have one 38-inch curved monitor in front of me, but I do have monitors on the side, like that the Twitch chat and stuff will go on, and then I also have another monitor for another machine. Okay, we do need sync colors. We'll get Steve some hue lights, and then we'll get his controlled too.
I got a remote. I could try to do it manually in time.
So Isaiah, I don't have I have a GitHub set up right now. It's private. I'm going to push this at some point when I'm not so embarrassed by our spike that has never ended. And everybody will have access to it. But I am using, it's called, go. Actually, here. It is in,
Oh, you're wrong.
yeah, here. Right. So this is the Go library I'm using right now to control the hue lights.
Very true, Aaron. Very true.
What's that?
It's spikes that never end. That's how all software products get built.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so where were we? So we did figure out a raid.
Along with a lot of hopes and prayers.
So I guess we could use this raid as a starting point. So it looks like a giant map. But I don't even know what that is. So let's look at that type. So this is a user notice message. We're going to have to like move this over to the side a little. Okay, so the type, it doesn't say that. This can't be in order because we got some ID number. Oh, this might be the raw message first. Is that it? I think this might be the whole thing first. Yeah, we should have got more descriptive here. Well, okay, so here's the room. So we know that. And above that, wait, the channel. And I am so confused here. That is the JSON for it, though. And there's a system message. Okay, so this is the bottom part, right? So we could use that as part of our notification, right? We probably just want to display that on there. Here's the number of people, viewer count. Oh, okay, so this says whether or not they're a subscriber. Oh, we actually get your profile URL. And there's your display name. Okay, so this is all just part of this map. Where's our map? Okay, I'm guessing it's this message params. So where's that end? Is there another map? Okay, so here's the first map. The first map is the tags, and that's, yes, he's a moderator, he's premium. Is that the end of that map? Yes. And then I don't know what field all of these came in, because the next map doesn't start till... Well, here's emotes. So that's here. Okay. I am slightly confused by all of this. We probably should have like marshaled this to JSON or something. I still don't see that follow in here. Craziness. Let's see. Wait, what profanity? Oh. It's a little more fuchsia. I mean, probably. Okay, so the message param is a list of option parameters. So is that what we're looking at here? I think that's what everything that came in here. So that's the difficulty here is... I wish I had spit this out to JSON or something because we could have used it as a test. So what we're going to need you to do, Aaron, is we're going to need you to stream again and rate us again. All right. So I'm not really sure what to do here with this, except to make some guesses about... We're just going to have to make some guesses about this stuff. So we know message ID. I don't see it in here. Let's find it. Oh.
Does their documentation not give you any examples on that?
Okay, wait. So here's our message ID. So this is the raw. All of this separated here by semicolons. Ooh. I think that this is... Yeah, okay, so here we go. We're looking at it. Let me move this over. No, we'll do it the other way. Okay, so I think that... What are we looking for first? The type. The type is RAID. Where's RAID? The second version of RAID. So there's RAID. RAID. Message ID RAID. Raiders. RAID. Okay. So I think that this is the end of the raw message. I think. No, because there's a map up here.
I'm guessing that that's what the tags are. Where are the tags?
So this is what that looks like. Oh, okay. So user notice. There we go. Wait, where are we? User notice. Channel. And then, whoa. I moved that around. All right. Slightly lost here. I just want to figure out where this stuff is hidden in. Well, I know all of this stuff is all hidden inside of the message params. So we can start there. What's that?
Well, no, you know it's going to be a string on the value side. So it's just more of what the format is of it.
Right, so message params is this map right here. So we do have some badge info in there. No color. We've got their display name. We've got emotes, which we're not using right now. Profile. All right. Thanks for the follow, Mabaz. Mabazovic. All right. So I think there's a couple of things we need from that. I guess we can start with a raid. Let's start with a raid. Here I was thinking that this was not going to be a challenging thing. They last five seconds, I believe. Yeah.
We set them to 5 seconds. Alright,
I was thinking this was like, oh, this is not going to be a big deal, but apparently it is. So let's go with raid. And there's no way we're going to be able to recreate this. And it sucks because if we had spit it out to, if we had marshaled it to anything, we would have been able to unmarshal it. And I still don't see follows in here. Well, let's... We should change this too. Let's go ahead and change this really quick.
And
Well, I mean, that on user notice doesn't say anything about follows. You just said subs, resubs.
Oh, are follows not in here?
And then the rate is something that happens in the chat, so maybe that's why.
Oh yeah, follows are not here. So where do we got to go to get follows?
wait a second. Really?
So we have to hit this URL. Does this just give us the list? So we have to use the Helix API for this.
Is there not some sort of a webhook for that?
That's what it is, but I mean, that means we have to expose the bot to the internet for that. And I don't understand why that can't come in as part of that same thing. This is a really, really weird API. All right, so this is information about the hype train. So this is also about subscriptions. So we basically have to hit this and subscribe. All right, subscribes to or unsubscribe from events for specified topic. When you subscribe to a webhook, if the parameter supplied received. I don't like this because now we need to expose the bot to the internet. And that creates a problem because we need it running locally so that it can play sounds and so that it can talk to OBS over the WebSocket, which puts us in this predicament that now we have to figure out how to expose the bot to the internet. Or we have to run like a two-part thing where you run one component locally and one component stays up somewhere. So, I'm thinking that's a ball we kick down the court a little bit further. Let's start working on this type of stuff, and then we'll try to figure out how we can run part of it. Because what we could do is we could run a component in the cloud somewhere that just receives the webhooks and then is also a browser source, or that we can open a WebSocket to so that it hands us back information. Yeah, exactly. So we run something in the cloud, and then we have two WebSockets, one that's talking to our bot directly and the other one that's talking to our cloud piece, and then we can forward messages too if we need to. So our browser source that's connected to both, or no, we could just connect to the WebSocket from our bot. Perfect. Okay, I think that's the route we'll go. However, I think we should probably. All right, let's take a vote. Who wants to work on this logic here, the user notice where we're looking for stuff, and maybe get to animating some stuff on the page? Who wants to work on this like split, one cloud component, one non-cloud component thing? Oh, we totally need Kubernetes for our bot. I mean, who is not running their bot in Kubernetes?
But not managed. I mean, you gotta set it up
Yeah.
yourself.
No, and you need a big cluster with GPU nodes. I mean,
Right.
It's the only way to go for your bot.
Right.
I mean, we're
And you might as well, while you're at it, just have your own hardware.
yeah. I mean, like we've got a crazy AI that needs to run there.
Sir, please. It is not only your reputation at stake here. Do be careful.
All right, so yeah, and distributed tracing. I mean, but no tests.
It is not only your
No
reputation at
tests.
stake here. Do be careful.
So anybody who wasn't here, these are all of the sounds we have now. Bike shed, fail 2, 3, followers, Heisenbug, host, hurry up, raid, rubber ducking, sub, taunt, trust, yak. We're gonna get more, but our AI has lots of sounds. Okay, so we need to figure this out.
An unauthorized connection has been detected.
Okay. So, I'm just trying to figure out how we want to do this.
Catastrophic failure detected. Catastrophic failure detected and initiated. Evacuation protocol has been initiated.
We need to do that too.
SOS.
Do I have an issue for that? Sounds. Listing sounds. Yeah, we need an issue for that. Don't allow sounds to be played concurrently. This goes in our browser source. We also need an issue for.
It's going to get, sir. Shall we move on?
We also need a browser source. Look into chat messages overflowing. Okay. So I want to look to see if we can figure out how to tell HTML audio. There's got to be a way to tell when that audio is done being played, right? Okay, so current timer returns a double precision floating point indicating the current playback position in seconds of the audio. The audio's metadata isn't available yet, thereby preventing you from knowing the media start timer at the time which playback will begin. Oh, here we go. Duration. Double precision floating point value, which indicates the duration, total length of the audio in seconds. Okay, so here's what we want. We can fix this. We can fix it. All right. I'm just going to save this in this README, even though it's gnarly. I need to remember to take it out before I commit, though. All right, so in our app Svelte, where's our audio play here? We should be able to say var t equals sound dot duration. So, and then we can sleep in JavaScript, right?
I think you're going to use a timer for that.
All right, so just thinking how we want to implement this. Because we don't want another audio message playing. But I also don't want to hold up the chat messages either.
Well, you could probably implement like a queue where when you play the audio sound, you can put it into a queue, like an array, and just have something that's on like a timer, like a set interval, that just checks the array for the sound.
Do I know?
Order. I said you could probably insert the media files into like an array, just as a queue, and just have a set interval call that just runs every few seconds or so, check to see if the last one is done before playing the next one.
Okay, yeah, we could do that. So we need basically a function, sound player. I don't know. That's what we'll call it. And then, oh no, because we also have threading issues here, right? Because we need to be able to remove things from the array. So this actually gets us into an area of JavaScript I've not done, which I've done in other things. Can we do mutexes? Wait, I believe that that is the method begin uses for sounds, the file queue. I'm not sure what you mean, Xanis. So I thought this would be an easy thing. So we know how long this is going to be. And I mean, I suppose we could easily do a sleep here, but we don't want to block the main thread. Oh, what begin uses for his sounds. Right. So, but how do we, because if we do a set, right, timer, set timeout as once. Set interval. Okay, yeah. So we could do the interval thing. I always forget what that is. So we could do the interval thing, interval, and we could give it sound player. And I don't know, we could tell it every second that we want it.
The other option is the audio player itself should have an event where we can listen to that it's ended. And that might be the better option. It's just like if you have that one audio player that's there, we can listen for the event that the track is ended, and then we could check the queue.
Oh, wait. There we go. So it's complete. Oh, here we go. Has stopped because the end of the media was reached. Okay. So this gives us the ability to do that.
And then we don't have to keep checking the queue and being able to decide whether that was done or not.
Right. So we could play it and then basically, is our call stack going to get too big though if we keep calling it recursively like that? No, because it's an event.
Right.
I'm just trying to think of... So my concern here is multi-threading, right? So in theory, this is one thread that is going to add things to the queue, and then we'd have a separate one pulling things from the queue. Don't we need a mutex for that? Or am I mixing up JavaScript?
Yeah, you're pretty much always running in the same thread unless you're using workers.
So then it shouldn't matter.
Right. So you probably want to make a queue, like a playlist or something, and then be able to, when that goes in, push it into...
So var playlist, and we'll just make that an empty array, right? And then in here, we should be able to do playlist dot push.
And just give it the path to the audio file.
All right. All right, so
And
then
what you could do is you could take your audio and move it up so you have just one instance of audio that you're working with.
so this is just going to, oh, you're talking about we'll just create one here.
Right. And then what you could probably do is on an interval just check to see if the player is playing, and if not, like if it's stopped, just check the queue if there's anything in play, and then on your ended you can check the queue and
I think you need to watch this talk about event loop. Yeah, I probably do. So I cut my teeth in web development, but I've actually been away for like a decade. And Steve, if you want to steer, I mean, feel free here. You've kind of got a thought on how this is going to work. I'm happy to hit the follow button.
Yeah, so I mean, on my end, I was basically just thinking you take this audio player, and the idea is that you're going to have this cue here initially.
Right.
So what you would want to do is have some sort of a set interval.
Which we already have. If you look below the sound player function, there's a set interval that's calling sound player.
Oh yeah.
Every 1 second, it gets the opportunity to do that. So that was all I was going to do, is check to see if the playlist was empty.
Well, you're probably going to say audio player, and then we're going to want to see. Let me see if I can find the.
Make a function that holds all of the sounds. Wait, no, it's just audio player. So here was sort of what I was thinking. So when sound player is called, look at playlist, see if there's anything in it. If there's anything in it, we set the source to that. We play it. Right? And then... Oh, no.
Well, I'm just looking to see what the API is for the audio element.
No. So we can't do it this way, because we still have the same problem where now sound players executing every second, but we still don't know when to play the next one.
Yeah,
so
hold on. You're going to listen to the event, and we should be able to see. I'm just looking to see if there is an object that tells you whether, like a property that says whether it's playing.
I mean, there's an on-ended.
Right, but you're still going to have to check. So that was, I'll show you what I was talking about real quick. So my initial thought was that you would be able to say audio player, add event listener.
There is a current time. So you could compare the current time to the duration.
Right, so I'm just going to pseudocode this out real quick. We'll fix it. So,
all right, I'm going to do that, just a real quick test in the browser.
Well, so you have two problems, is what I was trying to say. So what you're thinking is correct. That we would, every second, we're not going to want to add the event listener every second. You'd want to do it out here. But you get the idea is that once we set up the audio player, we're going to say, hey, if your first one ended, we're going to move on, and we're going to pull from the playlist here, change the source and play it. But the problem you're going to have is if you're not already playing something, this will never trigger. So we need some sort of an event that goes through and checks the playlist to see if something new has showed up since we've played before.
Sir, please.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so hold on. I want to just see this. So we've got duration. Okay, and then a current time. And they're the same. Okay, yeah. So we should be able to, here's what I'm thinking. On this loop, every time through the sound player, so every 1 second the sound player is going to get the opportunity to play. And so what we're going to do, oops, I think I'm following you still. Okay, so thanks for the follow, Carlos. All right, so here's the thought. Whoa. Every 1 second sound player is going to get the chance to play. So what we're going to do is first check if first we want to see if audio player, we want to say if audio player dot current time is greater than or equal to audio player dot duration, then or we need two things here, right? Or audio player dot source is empty, right?
Right.
Then what we can do is now we get the opportunity to play. So we know it's ended or that there isn't one. So now we can do an audio player dot source equals to do, right? And then audio player dot play. So everybody follow me?
Yeah, but what you want to do there is you're going to shift the first element off the array. Off your playlist.
Right, const playlist equals const list, return add sound list push pull. So, oh, you're creating a new type here, Rockerboo, right?
Right.
It's a playlist type. Are you steering, Steve? Is that what you're doing?
Oh no, I thought you were doing it. But yeah, my thought was basically for the source, you're basically going to shift. You're going to say playlist dot shift. Right. You want to take the first element off the array and play it.
Right.
And then here on this event listener, you can also just call. You can also.
Well, I think the second we go to play it, we can remove it, right? We've already loaded it up and hit play, so it's executing. So I think that we can.
Right, shift will remove it off the array.
Right. So what do we need this on-ended thing for? Because we're already going to, every 1 second, it's going to have the opportunity to play.
Yeah, you're right. So we just don't need that event listener.
Okay, so we're already executing that. So now what we need to do is...
and you honestly don't even need to...
Yeah.
You want to keep the same audio object because you're going to want to check this.
Right.
If we don't scope it outside of it, we won't know.
All right, let's do it. We're gonna. Oh wait. So this already should be building. So we should just have to refresh our page. And now let's try it. Sound. I got nothing. Uncaught in promise failed to load because no supported source was found. What is that? Oh, it's doing it on load is our issue. Oh, because we're creating this var new audio. So let's do this. So we need a, because we don't have an audio yet. So
don't instantiate the audio yet. Leave it blank, and then in the sound player,
we need to check if audio player equals no. Right. No, we're not gonna use that. Then we can delete these surrounding. Those are some things I missed from Vim. The surround stuff. All right, so.
Well, the thought here, you should probably check the playlist. And if you have an item in the playlist and the audio player is not instantiated yet, then we create one with the first item with the playlist.
And I'm doing some Go stuff there too. All right, hold on. So if the audio player is nil and playlist dot length. What is all of this crap? Playlist dot length is greater than 0. Okay, so we haven't instantiated a playlist yet. And what is up with my indentation? Well, my indentation is also off. Okay, so all right, so audio player is nil and we have something in our playlist. Then we need to create our audio player. Audio player equals playlist.
Wouldn't that be new audio?
Oh,
new
right.
audio and then pass playlist.shift.
Right. Playlist. What is going on with that? All right. So now that gives us our audio player. However, we end up with an issue here.
You'd want to else that. Else if.
Right. And else if. Okay. And we still need an audio player.play here.
So basically, if we don't have a player, but we do have a sound in the list, we go ahead, we create the audio player, and we play it. Otherwise, we check if the audio player is finished with whatever it's currently doing, and we pull the next thing off the top of the list,
Right.
change the source, and play it.
Okay, so now we should work. Do we work? No supported. What? No supported source was found. What are we talking about? Well, let's remove this set interval. And now we shouldn't have any kind of issue with that, right? Because it's never been called. So our error should, no, that's not our error. Where's that error coming from? Thanks for the follow, keeping track of this account. I like the names. They're so creative. Okay, so where is our issue here? Where is our issue here? Wait a second. We don't even have script tags here. Right? What happened to our script tags?
Might have been something was accidentally deleted.
Maybe that's part of our issue?
Yeah, because you lost your syntax highlighting.
Okay, so now let's put that back. Look at that. It's all friggin'... It's always something dumb. Always something dumb. Wait, nil is not defined at sound player. Line 15. What you talking about? Nil is not defined.
Null.
What?
Null.
Ah, crap.
And it might actually be undefined. Oh no, it would be null because it is defined.
Cannot
It's
read
not.
property current time of undefined. Oh, so we need to add that here. Audio player not equal to null. And that way we short circuit and it doesn't try to look at it if it's null.
Oh yeah, because we didn't catch the case of that we didn't have something that was ready to go.
Okay, now we should be good. Yeah, it seems I'm doing all kinds of Go things in JavaScript and JavaScript things in Go today. All right, so yak.
This yak is as smooth and pink as it's going to get, sir. Shall we move on?
Yeah, it's super creative.
Don't you have more important tasks ahead, sir? If you shave one
All
more
right.
yak today, you could
Sweet.
start your own farm.
Okay, so that is fixed. So
Yeah, it's super creative.
close that issue. All right. Now back to what we were doing. So we can either work on the logic that's going to look for and handle the events, or we can work on the front end logic that's going to do things when we see said events. Yeah, it wasn't too bad once we wrapped our head around the issue a little bit. Oh yeah, the type declarations in reversed. Yeah. All right. So where were we? Back to Twitch. So now we had sort of this whole thing working for us. So let's just get a message. Let's just test something. I think we'll work in reverse. Let's go into the app and let's create a new type of message that's going to get sent, and we'll work on the browser side and then we'll figure out the back end. We need to implement some code here. Oh, let's do that first. Here's what we're gonna do. We want to JSON Marshall message, and this should, no. What's this produce? Byte or error? So we're going to bytes. We're gonna throw away the error. We're gonna assume there's no error because the errors never happen. Not in my code. All right, and then we're going to print that out. And
Yeah,
we'll,
be careful, Rocker Boo. He catches you at everything, huh?
what do you mean? Slams one back. What? Oh. Yeah, Rocker Boo's always clipping me. All right. It's not alcoholic. It's a Red Bull. They are not a sponsor. I just love them. I mean, if Red Bull wants to give me some free Red Bull, I'm down. But
I mean, we could Photoshop it.
you could. All right, wait. What is this?
I mean, the blue almost looks like what kind of vodka is it? You just put the logo on it.
All right, so now going forward, we should at least get JSON so that we can take that and then we can use it as part of a test or something. So now let's go in here. I think we're going to need to start organizing some of this too. So I think let's go ahead and do that now. Let's add a new file in here and let's call it messages.go. And we're going to move some of this stuff over because we've got like this stuff. And oh, that's just yelling at me because I haven't created these yet. And wait. Okay. What? All right. Oh, we need to import this. Import. Okay, so now we kind of have this nicer spot here. We are going to add a type and we're going to call it, I don't know. Let's pick one. Raid. A sub. Wait, I want... That's who I want to call out. I want to call out the person who has unrated me.
How does that even happen?
So you can type raid on somebody and then you can cancel the raid.
Aaron should have tried that when he ate a sandwich.
Yeah. All right. So we've got kind of this raid message here. So there's a couple things we want to know. We want to know the user who initiated the raid. We want to know the count, user count, viewer count. I don't know. We're going to assume this is unsigned, and I'm guessing that we can fit it in an 8-bit integer. I mean,
But Twitch calls it a party size, right?
oh, I like that. Party size. And that will give us what, up to 250? We'll do 16. I mean, because this channel is going to be lit, and we're totally going to need a 16-bit integer to hold how many people are going to come in as part of a raid.
Yeah, you let me know when that day happens.
Sorry for off-topic question, Eric. Do you have suggestions to understand the concurrency patterns in Go? Kind of hard to wrap my head around the concepts. What concurrency primitives are we talking about? Are we talking about just channels and Go routines and things like that? I mean, I can totally walk through some of that stuff too. If you DM me, I'm happy to send you a PDF copy of the book I co-authored. Happy to answer any questions. We can do stuff on chat if everybody is interested in that stuff. So, which pattern in the book? Oh, the runner and pooling. Yeah, I mean, I can do a stream where we walk through that. So, do I have the book here? Let's see. We're gonna sideline here for a second. Where are you? Are you in documents? I swear I have a copy of this somewhere. There it is. Where in here are we talking about? Pool. Chapter 7. That's right. Right. So here we've just have this sort of timeout thing. We have a list of tasks. So this is the runner. So this adds a task. So we're just appending to the list here. This is just catching signals for when we're trying to cancel the program. So in this particular case, we are setting complete to the output of the channel that is returned from this run function. And we're selecting to see whether, so that's returning a channel. And then we're selecting on that channel to see if it's done or if it timed out. And then our runner is just iterating over each of our tasks, checking to see if we got an interrupt, and executing the task. Does that make sense? So like the run method is basically returning back a channel in this particular case. I hope that makes sense. And you tried to explain pools to Began and the almost broke. Yeah. So, I mean, we could totally do a stream about it. I mean, I'm happy to get on like Zoom or something too and walk through it as well. Oh, we need profile image too. That is going to be important. Yeah, and everybody send me questions like that because I'm happy to like assemble a structured stream where we walk through some of these concepts. Oh, we wanted the actual message. Whoa. I think something's getting messed up when you're sharing a line with me or something.
I haven't even selected a line. That's the odd thing.
All right, so we want the message because the message was interesting too, right? Because it said here, 8 raiders have joined. We want that. We want this profile image. Is that everything we need? I think that's everything we need, right?
Yes.
I mean, I guess we might want the channel too, but in this case, we only care about the channel we're on. Yeah, and I might actually put some of these streams on YouTube too. If people think it's interesting to have archived to YouTube forever working on this. Okay, so I think what we'll do is on startup, we'll send a default one of these messages to our channel. Maybe we'll do it. I keep forgetting you all can play with my voice. Okay, so let's create one of these just right out the gate. We're going to create one of these right out of the gate. Where do we want to create this? I mean, I guess we can do it every chat message or something. That might be useful. We need, well, all right, let's create one of these. Or we can do it on connect. Let's do it on connect, why not? All right, so we need to I'm like, my keyboard is just slightly shifted. All right, HTTP dot broadcast message. We need a HTTP dot raid message. And we're going to say name. Now I'm already forgetting what I named the field. User. Let's call it username. Okay, so username. And this is AR/. All right. Party size. It was 8, wasn't it? Profile image. Where are you at? All right, so here's our profile image. What other field did we have?
The message itself. Okay, right.
So
I was just username, just rating with the party size of,
yeah.
or with 8 raiders. There we go.
And I mean, we could ignore this and create our own. We have all of the information we need here, but for now, let's just use that. And let's take advantage of Steve being here and do some front end. You ready to do your magic, Steve?
I suppose we'll try.
So now we have a new message type. Ooh, right, yeah. So we're gonna have a new message type. It's gonna be an HTTP.raid message. So let's switch. Okay. So now we're gonna need to account for that inside of this. We're gonna need a switch statement to start handling that. And then we need to insert that on the page and we're gonna animate it. And I think we can use some like tweening or something too. Quinn, everybody's voice is better with auto-tune. Have you heard music lately? I mean, the only good music is auto-tuned. It's the only way to show your skill. I mean, you can't be a
Good singer without auto-tune. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, is C not working? Oh, there we go. It's just delayed.
All right, what are we doing?
Steve.
All right, we have the message coming in.
Oh, it should on startup. Oh yeah, so we need a way of like reproducing it. Okay, so you probably want to see it. Are we outputting it? Here, let's do this. I'm gonna, for now, let's console.log this message. And we'll use this, that way we can just reproduce it in the browser. So messages length greater than 0. Yeah, so actually, let's do it after the parse. So let's, okay. So now let's refresh our browser. Hey Aaron, how you doing? Nice to see your face again. Okay, so we've got that code. Rebuild this. Oh, that's nasty. Reflect call of reflect.value element on struct value. Wait a second.
They're in the JavaScript. That's a go error.
Right, so this is... Oh, is that because we're sending... Oh, yeah, so this type is gonna break. We need to check to see if that's a pointer. So this is gonna work. So we need to fix that, because where was that at? That was in hub line 37. So this is when we try to like use reflection to figure out on something. So I'm going to just add a to do here. Check if pointer type don't call lm if it's a value. We're going to have a lot of to-dos in here. All right, so we'll just use this for now. I want to take advantage of having here. Ooh. We've got a scroll bar in there now.
Yep, I added that.
On purpose?
Yeah, we're gonna until for now until we remove it, because we probably should just have the queue drop down the number.
Right, yeah, so that's still on our to-do list too, where we need to like minimize the number of things that are in that chat box.
Yeah, Windows just shows a nasty scroll bar instead of like on mine, it's not there.
Okay.
We can
So-
easily remove that.
So we've got 2 things we can work on then. Where are you at? Oh, I didn't even save that. Okay.
Do we have that message being output now?
Yeah, it should be. So we've already got it coming out in the console. Wait, so that's a chat message. Why did it not show up on... Oh, did it I think it came out too quickly. Alright. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this out of here because I don't think the WebSocket had connected when we sent that. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to be annoying. And let me...
Just repeat it.
to do remove this. Okay. So now every time somebody sends a chat message, it's just going to repeat that rating thing. So if we give this a second to reconnect. Okay. So there we go. So now we have a HTTP raid message coming in through the console.
What you're going to hear about today is nothing short of a miracle.
Let's make sure I can get that on my side.
Boop.
Okay.
What's going on, Levinson?
Let's see. So we have that coming in here. This is our raid message. There should be a message type. Is HTTP
Right.
raid.
Yeah, it'll be HTTP raid message.
Okay. So let's think about how we want this to work.
So I think we need a switch statement for it, right? But then I think we also need to add something to the page. So we've got like this chats felt, but I think we're going to need some sort of element on the page that represents this that we can display. And then we need to animate it across the page.
Yeah, so what we probably want to do is create a new spelt item
Right.
for an on-screen message. What could we call that? Like a banner, maybe?
Or alert. I mean, that's what we're using most of these things for is an alert, right?
Yeah, so we could come over here. We could make a component called alert.
Thanks for the follow, Levinson.
And then with this,
Steve, you're missing out on some good tunes, man.
well, you got to figure out how to get that setup going. So, all right, did you put me on follow?
Yes. So we are following you. I think so.
All right.
Wait, no. Now we're following you.
All right, so we should be able to alert the message. Probably what we will do here. It is export, right? Let's see. Where's our chat message? Oh, I forgot to let you did that too. All right, export message here. Then we can probably put. So it probably can be something just simple like this for now. And we can style it.
I'm quite amazed that my lights have stayed consistent for a while. I think everybody's like sleeping right now. This is like the longest the bot has ran nonstop without being restarted in a while.
Let's do this. Let's put a wrapper container around it. Because I want the container to take up the whole space. But I don't want the message to.
You're load testing your bot, Rocker Boo?
All right, so the thought is here that we should be able to push
Where
the message.
is your bot open source? What's it written in? Elixir. Oh, that's right. You were messing with Elixir the other night. I didn't realize it was to write a bot.
Here, we can probably just do an alert.
Nice. So similar to this, kind of like a componentized thing.
All right, let's just set.
And then once we get this, we can look at Svelte animation stuff because it has some things to like ease in and ease out things as well.
Okay. Yeah, so what I'm doing is basically just declaring an alert here. We create an alert element that we'll do here. Then we can say else if the message type is equal to, and this is what, rate message. Then we can set alert to equal message.message. Because that was in the response over here, right? We had.
Oh, and Python NLP. Nice. Nice. I plan to let this thing be completely open source. I'm just trying to get it to like a better state. I mean, it was supposed to be like this little fun project to just mess with my lights and my voice, and now it's like turned into like a full-fledged like platform for building bots. And just
So one thing we'll need to do here is you have this as an uppercase. It's not consistent with the others.
Okay. So let me fix that real quick. That's under messages.go. That's because we didn't set our JSON tags. So this would be username, JSON. Party size. Profile image. Naming conventions. And message. Okay. So let's... Rockerboo, you're racking up those points. You can't spend them on anything yet, but you're racking them up. Oh, cool. So you're kind of taking the opposite approach where it's just sort of like the library to interact with all of Twitch's API service. And then you fill in all of the guts, whereas I'm kind of taking the reverse play of that. And it's like, here's all of the possible actions you could take and you assemble them how you want.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything in my browser currently. It's like the Svelte app is not loading.
Ooh, alert is not defined.
Oh, we didn't import it.
Oh, into app.
Yep, we haven't imported it yet. That's all right. We can do that. That's easy enough. Let's put that in alphabetical order just because. And
yeah, the reason I took the approach that I did is that lots of people go into other channels and see these bots and they have all these features and everybody wants those things and everybody's sort of like forced to like build their own. And I get that it's kind of like a rite of passage for coders on Twitch or whatever, but I just think it's kind of cool that we could all contribute to this.
All right, so we have undefined in that chat there. So really what we need to do is look at Svelte if statements. And
so I've got a question while he's kind of working on this. I've been debating on like working on this a little bit, like in the evenings when I'm not streaming. How does everybody feel about like stream starting and lots of progress has been made and it wasn't done live versus how many people would prefer if I just leave working on the bot to live where you can watch almost all of it. Okay, so that's just not going to show if there's no message.
Right. So that way we don't have to worry about that.
Oh yeah, Rocker Boo, there's going to be a lot better documentation. I definitely do want to get to that point. One of the things I also want to do is I want to build a web front end where you can like use the browser to configure the actions and commands and things like that. That's a lot easier to reason about than it is like that big JSON doc.
All right, why are we not getting that? So we should, let's see if we just stick alert right here in the main.
Yeah, and the hard thing about right now, like the changelog is useful, like if you want to download it in a new version, and that's kind of why I haven't pushed it up yet. I don't want anybody to download it now because there's no telling how much I'm going to change things and break the API right now, because it's like a bunch of like partially finished features. So I'm trying to explore. I'm kind of exploring how these things are going to be implemented, and I could wipe it all away. Well, not all of it, but I could change the way things work significantly.
Are we not connecting here?
What, to the WebSocket?
Yeah, I'm not seeing
We should be.
data come across. Oh,
Yeah.
Here we go. There we go.
I want to fix this chat too.
All right, so we got an object there. Oh, message is an object, so it's like message.message.message. So that's our problem right there.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna have to think of something different there, but
Yeah, what do they call that? What do they call it in theirs? System message. I don't know. People don't chat fast enough. I mean, where are those bots when you need them? Well, you could probably build like a load testing app for it, right? It's an IRC protocol. What are we looking at, Steve?
I was just thinking about what I want to do with this message. I was looking at the page itself. So basically I'm looking at that the message shows up there, but where do I want to put it on the page? So I mean, we could give it a little bit of style real quick just so that we can actually see it. So we can
Well, the other thing that too here is if we go under Svelte.js's thing, they've got their tutorial examples. Is that what we want? Examples. They've got some. No, where is it? Where are you? Animations. Yeah, so we've got like animations and stuff like that and transitions. Is that it? Yeah, so this is, are you looking at my screen?
Yep.
So see, they've got some sort of stuff where on the element, you can just supply these transitions.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
So then in theory, we should be able to like just use something like that to make it come in and out. But then we have to probably set some sort of timeout to remove it from the page.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. Well, it says there's an in and there's an out of the animation, and then there's duration. So it looks like there's both.
Right, but the difference really here is that that's telling Svelte how to animate it when it comes in and when it comes out. But in this particular case, right, we've got this let visible, and see how on the input that's deciding whether or not this thing is visible. We've kind of got this wrapper around it.
Right.
So
yeah,
we
then it would disappear.
right, so we just need the logic to decide that this thing needs to come into the page or be removed from the page, and then Svelte should handle all of the animations for us.
Right. So
X200 probably that would work. Ease in. Yeah. Do you do a lot of Svelte, Rockerboo? So, yeah, I guess. Oh, you've never seen it. It's something I've been itching to play with, so that's sort of what we're messing with now. So, in theory, do we need to add that to the page right here, this alert? I think that we could wait to add it to the page, right? And then set a timer to remove it on this message.
yes.
Oh, so we're going to need to create another queue system though too. Right? Because we don't want them to we don't want a bunch of alerts showing up on the page
Right.
at the same time.
Well, and that was the thought of having this message, or the message, or the alert thing here. We could change it.
So, but we'd still...
Basically, after a timeout, basically, we could nil it out, and then the thing would automatically disappear.
Yeah, I mean, we could try that, and then we could work on a queuing system for it.
Yeah, so that was my thought, is just to create an area. So the reason why I liked the alert area here is that we have a container that literally can sit over the whole page. So we would be able to control the animation so it stayed within that specific frame.
Right.
So that maybe it didn't go over the chat, it just stayed over your video window.
Oh, okay, right. So style it on the page. I gotcha. No, that makes perfect sense. So
yeah, this really sits as a container. So I mean, we could, I guess, in theory, pass in a list of alerts, and then have it process the queue itself. But I think that gets weird.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of how that would work. I mean, because it could have a list of them, and then it could keep hiding and showing it internally. I mean, we can push that logic down in there later, I guess, if we want. For now, we can just leave it at this top level.
That's what I was thinking. For now, I'm just looking at a single message. We'll get it to pop, we'll get it to do the animation, and then we'll figure out how to do a list of them and queue them up.
Okay, so let's do that then.
So I guess you want to pull up the documentation on your side for the Svelte animations.
Yeah. So this is the logic. I mean, but we could look inside of this library for the individual animations. Where is it? Svelte motion. So here's our transitions. Just easing. Yeah, so
okay, I see. Yeah.
so we should be able to do an E. Wait, where is it? Am I missing the ease? Ease in. Why is it not in here?
Well, ease has to do with the curve of the animation, how much it speeds up and slows down. We're looking for something like a slide.
Sign in, sign out. Oh, I mean, here's a slide, right? So we can import slide from Svelte transition, and then we have this sort of, delay, the duration, and then what type of easing it's going to be. So there's like the different types of animations, and then we kind of define how much it's going to change over time.
Correct. So we can say transition, this is slide. Hold on. I gotta, you want to pop me a link to that documentation?
Yeah.
We'll have to figure that out on one of them too, where we can kind of share those things. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna slide equals, oops, it jumps me down. So slide equals, then we're gonna say a delay of 250, duration. We'll just start with this real quick.
So that's Is that just the transition? Because we can set it, we can do in and out, I believe, right? Because that's what that one thing was doing.
Yeah, we should be able to. Let's see what we get right here for print out like that, and then we're gonna.
Oh, I
need to
just saw it.
import.
Wait, did you already get the transition in there?
Not yet.
Okay.
I gotta do the import. So we're gonna import from.
And we can mess with like exactly what these animations look like and tweak their properties. But for right now, it's like trying to get like the baseline. So I guess we send a test message. Okay. I mean, I feel like I saw it animate. I mean, it came pretty quickly.
I'm waiting for the message to pop in. It may be just the timing on it. We can delay it. On my end, it just takes a second for the WebSocket to connect and actually pop the message.
I know I've seen some examples of like a spin and things too. That might be in the tutorial.
So we can change the duration.
Spinach. That's, yeah, that is not what I was looking for.
To
Spinach.
like a second or so.
All right, let me go to the tutorial because I know I've seen something in here. Bindings. Nope. 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 Let's see. Wait. Not spring. That's fading in and fading out. More fading in and flying in, flying out. All right, flying in might be kind of cool. Okay. It's somewhere in here. Oh yeah, this is sort of like some of the logic I want to do on the chat where things kind of get animated. I know that I have seen a spin.
Well, there's probably in those transitions, if we look for spelt transitions, there's probably a whole list.
Oh, wait. I know where I saw this. This was like a svelte and anime JS thing, I think I saw. I think it was something in anime JS that I saw the spin thing. That's right. That's right. That's where I saw it. But this is actually, some of this stuff is really cool, right?
Yeah, if you go to like animate, or for animate.css, that's generally what I use.
So, but I swear I've seen some stuff to do this in there, and I think this would actually look really, really cool for some of that rating stuff. But, I mean, I guess we can use what we have for now. What are we working with?
We're trying to just copy that slide for now. The
Is it
issue
working?
that I'm having right now is that in my browser, the WebSocket, yeah, it just took a second, so I didn't get to see if it made it.
So I saw it animate.
Okay. Do you want to refresh real quick? I'm going to watch from your browser because my WebSocket just takes forever to connect.
So we can say testing raid. So it shows up there. I watch it animate. It's just not very long.
Yeah, so we can just change the duration to go over the course of like 3 seconds or something.
All right, test. There we go. That's a much more noticeable thing.
Okay.
So we're just gonna have to style this thing.
Yep, so that's some of the things I could do. We have the positioning. Why are we not? Oh, because we need this to be, we'll go display inline block so that this takes up only a certain part. And then what we can do for the alert itself is font size. Alright, so that should make it bigger. I'm trying to try that out now. We'll just go simple things at a time. That just kind of slides from the top. What I'm thinking is it kind of like jumping in from the side. Or dropping down to the top.
Well, we can play with some of those animations too. I kind of want to spend like an evening, even though I've got a bunch of other work I'm working on too. I kind of want to like go through some of this because I really feel like something like this is going to be one of the cooler things to do. And I know I've seen some stuff where people use this combined with Svelte.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of these animation libraries are just CSS.
Right.
So they use keyframe animation within CSS. So a lot of the times it'll be a combination of JavaScript that just pops in classes on objects. So I mean, that's definitely something that we could do where, you know what I mean, where we can set a specific class name on the Svelte object that causes it to animate in, and then we could even use something like a set interval or a set timeout in JavaScript to, after a certain number of seconds, remove that class and add in a new one that creates the animation going out.
Right.
So yeah, if it's not tied into Svelte, there's definitely some things like that we can do.
Oh, I forgot about the slot concept too. I think that's the way you're supposed to represent like the absence of something being there. But we'll have to look at that. So the animation stuff, I feel like I need to go through these tutorials a little bit more and play with that stuff to understand
I
it.
want to say that fly in is probably what we were wanting.
Yeah, and I know that there's like custom animation stuff too. Yeah, so here's custom CSS transitions, right? So this is an in spin, but I don't see a spin.
Yeah, so let's try to see if we can do this.
Oh, well, I guess you're supposed to complete this, right? So show me. So now we should be able to see it. There you go. I was like, I know I'd seen a spin in here. I keep forgetting that this tutorial gives you like a starting point, and then you're supposed to use the information you discover over here to complete it. So, yeah, so we can...
Let's try this in fly in and out fade and see where we end up with. We're going to want fly, I'm assuming. All right. Should we go ahead and try that out?
What is that yelling at us for? Is that right? The right syntax?
First felt. Yes.
Oh, you're missing the closing quote should be here.
Oops.
And then that should be that. Right?
Okay.
Fade is not defined.
So we need to do same thing from transition. We need to go.
We should be able to just comma separate them, right?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
So now, in theory, better. I don't think I saw it. Oh wait, because it's going to be stuck there, right? We don't have anything removing it from the page, right?
Yeah, we'll have to look at what triggers that out animation. But did you see it fly in?
No, I didn't see it fly in. Did you?
No.
I mean, it rebundled, right? Fade is not defined, but that's fine because... Wait, is that from the last time?
We're going to try to trigger the save real quick and see if it...
I mean, I've hard refreshed it too, so we should have... Yeah, I just see it sort of fade in. And I mean, we can do this too, right? What's the ID on that? The alert container.
We should be able to go into this alert, and in the script, we could probably just say set interval, or sorry, set timeout.
Hold on. If I delete this element, we should see an animation, right? No, we don't. Does outfade need parameters? I don't think it does, because we saw it working here with no parameters.
So my thought is we could just do something like that for now.
All right.
Do a little bit of digging on their end, so it should just kind of disappear. I don't know whether there'll be a fade.
Yeah, it faded out.
Sweet.
All right. So that works.
So it must have some sort of trigger there when it notices the DOM's going to change. So
Right.
you removing it in the browser, it probably can't get a hold of that.
Okay. So I don't know. We'll probably call it quits here in the next 20 minutes or so. Being that we're probably a far way off of that, do we want to go ahead and fix up our chat a little bit?
Yeah.
So Clarkio with a raid coming in. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are look at this. Oh, because it's a chat
Message. Right.
Oh, wait. Yes. Good call, Xanis. Capture the data. Where are you? Oh, no. We logged the bytes. We didn't turn it into a string. No. All right. Hold on.
Can we still convert it?
We still can convert it, but what is our
Problem here.
All right. So let's take this. We'll add this to our README here. Whoa. Oh, somehow I previewed it. So now we need to take this and convert it. I am such an idiot. Twice now. All right.
At least this one's fixable.
Oh, wait, but we should also change this though. We want the string representation of this. And we'll rebuild it. Okay. So now our bot's running. I don't think we're gonna get another raid before we end it, but it's there. So okay. I'm gonna save this. We can convert this at least. We can do some magic here where we can take this and let's try to wait. Where's my command mode? What's going on here? Oh, that is one line. All right. I don't see my command. Oh, we've got this, oh, no, I see it. All right, so we want to replace space with comma space. That did not work. Trailing characters. What are you talking about? Oh, wait, we don't use percent in here. Okay, so in theory, all right, let's cut this and we're gonna get creative here. Uh-oh, Rocker Boo, did you get me?
He got you the evil laugh, the deep voice.
All right. Now I'm gonna have to I don't know. Rocker Boo always seems to get me in the worst possible moment. Or the best, I guess, depending on the way you look at it, right? Yep, and now we got the high pitch. All right, so for anybody new here, we've got a couple of voice commands that add
an effect to my voice. We've got stuff to control the lights. I think we really have help. I need to work on better help to tell you the command.
commands. Oh no. Yeah, there we go.
This yak is as smooth and pink as it's going to get, sir. Shall we move on?
We are yak shaving here. Yeah, high pitch is slightly different. It broke and I had to like recreate it, and I just did something really quickly for it. Where were we? Oh, we wanted
Fix the chat.
yeah,
and then
so
get a sideline on the raid message.
all right, so where's the on connect?
It's in the app.
No, it's in here. Here we go.
Oh, you're looking at your Twitch.
So we're going to paste that giant thing, and then let's oops. So B equals. Whoa, this is like super laggy because it's all on one line. Oh, come on. All right. String. Byte. Oh, this is not going to work. It's because the syntax highlighting is just going completely crazy right now because of how long this line is. That's not going to work. Let's see if we can do it in here. Whoa. How did we end up with... There we go. All right, we're going to delete that line because that's just going crazy on me. So let's come in here. So we're going to have something that looks like this. It's going to be a slice of bytes, right? And then we should be able to do that. That's the hope. That we should now have this B variable that is a bunch of bytes. Now we're going to do this and have syntax highlighting go nuts on me. All right, and then hopefully we can bump.print line string B. Wow, this is lagging. What are you doing? The timing is way off here. All right, that's crazy. All right, so now if we reboot this, we should get some JSON in our output. Boom. Okay, so this we can
Now use. We now have a working example, something we can recreate.
this. Let's just save. Let's get rid of all of this craziness. And we'll just use our new pretty JSON message that we can actually use for like some unit tests or something. Perfect. Okay. So for everybody who's new here, we are working on a Twitch bot written in Go. We're writing it modularly so that there's just a series of modules that provide actions to the bot.
And then you can configure right now using JSON, but we're going
To make it where there's a UI for it, where you can string these things together. You can say when project is typed, this series of actions is going to take place. And so you can see right now the voice ones. We have a voice command in here. And the voice command triggers the OBS source filtered enabled action. And we pass it some parameters and stuff like that. So this is so that you can have your own Twitch bot and it's not like ridiculously hard coded to your channel specifically. So right now we're in like various stages of things working and not working. The current effort that we're under now is we're using Svelte and exposing a WebSocket from our bot so that we can have a browser source and we can do all of our chat and we can do all of our alerts from our very own bot. and we don't have to have 6 browser sources from Streamlabs so that we can get all of these things on our screen. And it'll allow us to do like some very, very custom things. Like, well, when this is triggered, maybe I also want to play sounds, or maybe I want to flash the lights behind me when a raid happens. So we're going to introduce the concept of like triggers so that you can also string together these actions that take place whenever some event happens that the bot observes. So that's where we're at. This is my twin brother, Steve. If you have not met him before, he looks just like me, except he's way better at web dev than me. So he's here helping me make this look pretty. So, sound fail. Oh, is it not working?
No, you played the.
Did it play it? I didn't hear it. Did we break it? Or maybe our WebSocket just happened to
die.
Yeah, let's see. We were playing them earlier.
This yak is as smooth and pink as it's going to get, sir. Shall we move on?
No, it's playing.
Wait. Failed to load because no supported source was found. Oh, okay, so we broke it. The first one works, but subsequent ones don't.
Gotcha.
So maybe what we should really do here is maybe we should just recreate the audio source, right?
So,
I think if we do this, right? We just recreate it. So these are both 2 scenarios. I think it's yelling at us because we want to reuse it. Oh, why am I restarting that? I don't need to restart that. All right. Let's try it. Sound fail.
Catastrophic failure detected. Evacuation protocol has been initiated. Abandoned ship. SOS. Abandoned ship. Sir, I believe this person has questionable motives. Are you quite sure they can be trusted? Ooh, what color shall we paint this
Spike shed.
sir? I've always been fond of pastels.
Okay. So, I mean, really we don't need
It's super creative.
So we don't really need both. I mean, these both do the same thing, but I guess
Well, the odd thing is we tested that it was working, so I have a suspicion it's something about what we're pushing into the playlist.
No, I don't think that's the case because it said something about the source thing. So I think this works. We can probably clean this up, right? And we can just say that if it's null, I mean, this works. It works for now. We'll play with, you know, how to design that a little better. Because realistically, either one of these scenarios would work. So, okay, let's work on cleaning this thing up a little bit. We need to work on this overflow issue. We need to work on the number of chat messages. So we may have to seed this with a few as well. Maybe what we should do here is create an Onmessage method, right? I think that would probably be better, right? So if we did a func Onmessage, right? Passed in the message here. Oh, Onmessage. Okay, and then we'll move all of this code from inside here into on message. Oh, that's an array of messages. Let's not do that. Let's do for each individual message because this is where it parses it. So let's move this logic and put that up here. I'm so used to GoFump formatting my code for me. All right. How was your stream, Clarkio? What were you working on? Get prettier. What are you trying to say, Rocker Boo? I'm not pretty enough?
Prettier a JS linter.
Are you ugly shaming me? Man. All right. I can't reload right now because that'll boot Steve out of here. Oh, just my code. Okay. I mean, that's okay. You can insult the code because I will agree. It's kind of rushed. It is a little on the ugly side. All right. So in here, we're going to do a process message and let's pass it message.message. So we're going to get the message that's embedded on it. And then let's see up here. Yeah, and then we can delete this and that'll be a little clearer. Wait a second. No, because here we're passing the whole thing, right?
Right, so you pass message there and then the alert below it, we can get rid of one level.
Oh, no, we do need message.message, don't we? Wait, now I'm so confused. All right, so in here, this is the WebSocket message, and embedded on it is the real message, which is what comes in here. This real message just has a sound on it. We are giving it the whole message, right? Because it wants the user and everything.
Right.
And in this particular case, we only care about the ending thing. Okay, so in theory, we have not broken anything. Yeah, twins too. So it is actually double offensive. You are insulting the two of us at one time.
Or are they saying the fact that we're not pretty is double offensive?
All right, why is process message unexpected token? What are you talking about? Oh, function. We're mixing our Go and JavaScript again. Okay, so now we have our process message method that's going to be called from here. So what this will allow us to do now is we can cheat and keep sending our own messages. Right? So let's see. Test. Oh, that did not work. So our chat did not handle it properly. We broke something. Fail. So this is the main message coming in. So that's right.
I just received yours.
Right, but I'm not seeing it where it's supposed to go, right? In this append chat.
I guess I should try to refresh my page because mine I'm actually seeing it all the chat pop in.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it at all. So I broke something there, but I want to fix it this way because, you know, in order to test, having to like wait for things to come in, it's too small to see. Yeah, and that's because it's mostly sized for the way it's going to go in the browser. So, I mean, we could bump this up, but, you know, obviously the styling is going to start looking a little off. So we got to figure out what happened here. Let's look. So what do the console.log is logging the embedded message, which makes sense. And that's the very same thing that we're sending to process message.
There's no type object on
Oh, crap. No. So here's the thing. Because the type does not come through here. So we do need to do a message.message sound. We do need to do a message.message here. And is ugly. Whoa. And then as ugly as it may seem, we need to do a message.message here. We'll figure out some better naming conventions. This is like just a super prototype. All right, so now we should be able to test. There we go. That also will allow us to... Can we just copy this? Store as a global variable. Sure. Temp1. So now we should be able to just do a process message temp.
You're in your app.svelte, so it might not be a global function.
Oh, right. So how do we expose that?
Put it on the window.
Oh, wait. I think we can do a let export. So it's just a
Export let.
export function. I think that's how we do it. Yep. Wait, no, temp one. Process message. Is it it's export let, right?
Well, let would be to define a variable.
Right. So we would do something like export let process message
Equals function.
Right. Now we should, in theory, have that. Is it not there?
Rocker boot suggesting global. We'll go back to our PHP days.
Global this. Yeah, so there's got to be a way to do this, though. How do we get that? I know that I've seen stuff get exposed all the way at the top.
Well, I mean, right here, just go back to you setting up your function the same way for now, because you're only using this for testing. And then what you can do is just below that, do like a window.processMessage equals process message. Because you know you're going to have a window object, so if you assign it to the window, then it should be a top level function. And then you can delete that.
Oh, wait. Let's to do. Delete me. Do it. Do it now. All right. All right. Do we have process message now? We do. All right. So now we should be able to, we're going to take this. Oh. We're going to store that as a global variable, and then we should be able to process message temp1. Did that not work?
Oh, you just repeated it, right?
Right, but we're not seeing it added to the chat. Oh, wait, are we still logging the parent? I think we're still logging the parent. We are. That's our issue.
Oh, so the type's not on it yet.
Right. Okay, so test.
There really is a global this.
There's what?
Rocker boot just linked to it. There really is a global this.
All right, so we're not overflowing here, but I think we should probably, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, we need to change our browser size here too.
Well, I think the problem that we're going to run into is it's not just really the number of messages. We're going to run into the fact that we don't know how many lines the message is.
Right. So
there's a temporary, but...
Well, I think we can reason about it, right? So it's okay if we fix our overflow. So let's get this out of the way here. We fix our overflow, and like we can reasonably say probably no more than 50 messages are going to be able to fit. So they'd just be hidden, right? And then
we'll automatically have to scroll to the bottom is the biggest issue. It's not really how big the queue is of the messages. It's that we need to make sure that we're always staying scrolled to the bottom.
Oh, right.
So, I mean, we can probably use some JavaScript to tell it to scroll to the bottom.
Right. I'm sure that there's something I've seen for this. I don't want to pull in a bunch of libraries and crap. I want to keep this as lightweight as possible.
We can do a scroll to on the element. It's just a question of what would be the svelte way of doing it, where we're not like asking the element for its position.
Scroll. No, that's...
There's a scroll to plugin.
Yeah, but I don't want to like pull in a bunch of crap. I feel like there's got to be a better way to do this. We can close all this stuff. Close all this stuff. There isn't.
What's that?
Well, we should... Can we check to see if the element is visible? If it's in the overflow, it's technically not visible, right?
Right.
Which means we could remove it.
But the thing is, we're going to want to remove from the top, not the bottom.
Right, but still... Oh, crap, right.
So, I mean, I think what a lot of they're doing, like especially like you watched Aaron's stream, the message only stayed on the screen for a certain amount of time. So...
Right, but you can't
by...
you can't guarantee how many messages are going to come in at that time, right?
No. Or you could reverse the list and have the newest at the top.
All right, let's see what Rocker Boo's got going here. Intersection Observer. The Intersection Observer API provides a way to asynchronously observe changes in the intersection of a target element with an ancestor element or with top-level documents. Other difficult tasks for which solutions have been unreliable.
I feel like Rocker Boo should be on the stream for doing the front.
Right? Let's see. Whenever the target meets a threshold specifier for the intersection observer, the callback is invoked. The callback receives a list of intersector objects and the observer. There's got to be an easier way to do this. I want to see like a working example of this.
Yeah, but what Rocker Brew is saying is basically, yeah, anytime you're pushing in a new message or you're re-rendering the message, what we would want to do is we're going to want to get the position of the container, right? Like you get the height of the container and you basically scroll to the bottom to that position.
So we would do that each time an element is added.
Right. You get the position of the last message and scroll to it.
Right. All right, I mean, we can do it. Well, we wouldn't do a window.scroll to, right?
No, you would want to do it on that element because that element's scrolling.
All right, you want to steer, Steve?
So let's see if we're going into our chat is really what we would be looking at. So we have our list of messages here. But the thing is
Rocker Boo's just Stack Overflowing it on us. Cheater.
All right, so the thing I'm wondering is because, like, obviously we're going to want to get caught in the render loop here. So being I don't know Svelte, we want to know, how do we know when we're re-rendering?
Yeah, I don't think we do, right? I think we would just be looking for some sort of callback on that function. Oh, each render do it. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, yeah. So each time we render it. So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what we would want to do is... just thinking here.
And then eventually I'd like to like introduce tweening too, so that we can kind of see like a slide animation when it happens too. But what are you looking for?
I'm just thinking through what I want to do here, because I think what we want to do is, well, when does this execute?
What's easy to do? The tweening?
Yeah, we can do it with an animation. So what I'm thinking is, when does this execute in relation to when the render happens? Because if this is before, we may not have all the messages by the time this gets rendered.
I think we assume that this keeps getting ran, right?
Yeah, so I'm looking to see if there is life cycle. There's life cycle events in Svelte. So you can do an on mount. So
Where's
let's
on
see.
mount?
Yep, on mount, which renders after the component is first rendered to the DOM. So we don't want that.
Yes, so the numbers in here, if you haven't been on the prior streams, I did introduce an embedded database and the concept of points. So right now, the very first message you send in the channel gets you 25,000 points. Every subsequent message gets you 1,000 points. So it looks like Rockerboo is the winner by like a long shot. But we'll come up with other rules for how people get points and spend them. But that was like a rough, how do we introduce the concept of points and save them and keep adding to them? So that's what's happening right now.
All right, so we're going to say,
yeah, it's just messaging right now. Might do some stuff later to kind of, look at the quality of a message, or, allow people to give each other props, or for me to, we'll come up with some additional stuff. They are a lot of points, but I don't know how much things are going to cost yet. So working in Godot. What's Godot? Now I have to look. We're going to steer away from you for a second, Steve. I want to see what Godot is. Oh, a free a 2D game engine. No, we're not. So this is all Svelte.js. So we're doing the back end for this bot in Go, and then the front end is being done in Svelte.js. And the front end really is just, you're going to see a big thing cover my screen when I open this, but see that kind of centered there? We're creating a browser source so that the bot also controls the chat you see on my screen, as well as alerts coming on the page. I want just one browser source. I want it all controlled by my bot. I can turn everything on and off when I want to,
And we've got the auto tune going.
So I'm thinking we can do something like that. It looks like Svelte has these like life cycle events. So after the DOM has been updated with our data.
Use Nightbot. Why would we want to use Nightbot? No. We want our own custom stuff. We want to be able to do everything on our own. We want to be able to control all these hue lights. Nightbot cannot do this.
Okay, hold on, we're missing something here. So we need
to
say,
let's see, and Nightbot
is not gonna freak you out like this.
So the bot is running locally on my computer, and I have Philips Hue lights, which have a bridge which exposes an HTTP interface that we're communicating with. So the bot is talking to that over HTTP, telling it what to do. And then also we have the bot talking to OBS, which is the broadcasting software I use. We're using it to communicate over a WebSocket to control filters and things like that on my voice. We can also use it to change the scene. And then here I am. Yeah, and so this bot is actually fully extensible too. So it's designed in a way right now where there's modules that provide actions. And then we have a config file that just says, hey, when you see this command, I want you to run these series of actions. And so that allows you to be able to kind of build your own bot with your own commands without having to like hard code everything very specific to your channel.
Yeah, Rocker Boo, there's actually both. You can do the X coordinates and then the Y coordinates, and then there's also, you can pass the options like you mentioned. So we have something that I think should work. It's just a question of whether the height will get us what we want, or whether it attempts to scroll past it. So do you want to go ahead and say you've got the screen, you want to try to run the update and post a bunch of dummy messages in there?
All right, let's do it. So it should, in theory, have refreshed. So, okay, so that's going to clear everything. So let's send. All right, so where's our chat message? We're going to store that chat message as a global variable, and then let's see what happens. Look at that.
Well, try to post something different than test.
Well, I mean, I'm just copying that thing, but it's scrolling.
Change test 1 or post. Yep. All right, sweet.
Okay, so now we just have to get rid of this ugly scroll bar.
Yeah, then we can just do overflow hidden because we know we're gonna stay scrolled to it. So within our chat here, we have a scroll. So we'll just change overflows to hidden like that, and that'll get rid of our scroll bar.
Okay, and now the next thing we need to do is we need to look at the size of our messages array, and we need to trim that down in the event that it gets large, right? Because otherwise we're going to start consuming like a crap ton of memory.
Right, so that's in our append chat. We're basically doing the splat here to take the whole array. So the question is if there is a syntax for this where we can take part of the array.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we're thinking now is we're going to look at this. Right, so we don't know, right? Because you could type a really long message and then the chat could hold 5 messages, or you could just do the word test and it could hold 20. So really, I think we have to keep like a window of the max amount of messages that could fit in there and then do it. So how do we slice and I know we can do it in Go, so Java.
There's a slice function, so we should be able to say messages equals. Oops, I'm trying to mess me up here. So we should be able to say messages dot slice, and then if we're auto completion sucks.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like doing all those things. Wait.
So this would be to take the first 50, but we want to actually go the reverse.
Right. So we want the length minus 20 or so, right?
And actually what we want to do is, because message, oh, okay, we're reassigning messages.
Thanks
here.
for the follow, XCoemp.
So, and then we would want to do that operator.
What's
here.
the longest Twitch username? I don't know. Is there a limit? I don't know whether I've tried to create one. Somebody try and go create one. How many characters is it? All right, so wait. That's not right, because that would take the first 50 messages, right? And then append our message to that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We need to change this to be able to go to the end of the array.
Right.
This is kind of what I'm thinking.
But so the slice method.
So we're going to
start
have to say
end not included. So we want end not included where start and end represent the index items in that array. So we want length minus 1 for the end one, right? Hold on. We should be able to just do messages dot length minus 1, right? And then this should be messages dot length minus 1 Wait, minus 1 plus. Oh, crap. No. We'll just do messages minus 20. Right? Does that sound
Right.
about right?
Yes.
All right, let's see.
Let's see if you broke it.
Ooh, we broke it. Number messages not defined. Wait. Oh.
Oh, because you started typing when I was in the middle of.
Okay. So that should work. And that's going to yell at me. Set as global variable. Wait. Oh, that's not working the way we want it to. Because we just have the last message. Oof.
Did something with our splat operator.
Yeah, let's just explore this in the console real quick. So, can I get a bigger font in here? All right, there we go. So we're just gonna explore this for a second. So let's just say we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, let's say we have 10. Oops. A. All right, so a dot splice. If we went from 3 to
Slice, not splice.
oops, slice 3 to 9. Okay, so yeah. Ooh. That would get us to 8. So we do want length minus 1. So let's say message it. Wait, a dot length minus 1. Oh no. So we do want length to include that one. All right, so that's our first bug. So we want that to go all the way to the end. And so a dot, let's say we want just the last 5. A dot length minus 5. Oh, I messed that up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right.
Okay, so the problem is our assignment, where we're doing that slice operator.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. But what if this is less than 20?
Ooh.
That would become a negative number. So we need let start equal. That's our issue. All right. If start, and here I go with go. If start is less than 0, we need start to equal 0. I think that makes sense.
If it's less than 0, you want it to be okay.
Right,
Oh, yeah,
because
you're-
we're going to subtract 20 from it. It makes it a negative number. That's why that was yelling at us. So, in theory, test 2. Oh, still not. Oh no, there it is. Okay. So this should work. So let's just take this. Sorry, whoever that is. We're going to keep repeating your message over and over.
Probably Rocker Boo.
It's Rockerboo. It's fine. He picks on me enough. I think that worked. Right?
Yep.
And we're not scrolling. Look at that. Haha.
Sweet.
All right, now. Should we get rid of this console log message? What are we wowing? Readjusted in sync. So I think the other thing we could do, I don't know, that kind of already looks like a little animation, right?
Oh, I think it was talking about the both of us readjusting in our seat at the same time.
Oh.
Of course you'll clip it.
Rockerboo clipping stuff? I don't believe it. Never clip stuff. All right, so it's going to be about 5:30. Few minutes from 5:30. So it might be time to wrap things up a little bit on here. Yeah, so I think we made some good progress. Oh, I think I had an issue for that for chat, right? Chat.
Overflowing first one.
Yep. Boom. Closed another issue. And we started on some other stuff too. I don't even know what this was. Clean up front end. Oh.
We already did.
That's what we're working on now. Okay, so I mean, we got to work on badges yet. Oh, this LRU cache thing. I wanted to implement that too. Oh yeah, there's so much stuff to do still. All right, let's see. What do we got here, Rockaboo? So, all right. All right, everybody. I think that it is time to wrap things up. I'm going to go make some dinner. I might commit this and work on some stuff here this evening too. I want to kind of get this animating a little better. There's some other cleanup stuff I want to do as well. Oh, we're overflowing this way too. So we've got an issue here, Steve.
Where the word wrapping isn't happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do we got to do to get that working? Do we want to fix that now? Or we can just add an issue for it. Browser source. Fix word wrapping in chat. Okay. All right. As always, thank you everybody for hanging out. We're going to end this the same way we always do, which is I'm going to go in here into the config.
I need a command to do this, so I'll have to keep doing it.
This yak is as smooth and pink as it's going to get, sir. Shall we move on?
I think this whole project is yak shaving, isn't it? All right. We are going to enable KThanksBye. If you are new here, what KThanksBye does is the first person that types !KThanksBye in the chat actually controls my OBS and stops the stream. So as soon as I restart the bot, that is active and it is on your hands to end this thing. So here we go. You are free. The power is in your hands. Thank you so much, everybody. I may get on this weekend. I don't know yet. If not, it'll probably be Monday night. I won't be able to stream during the day. Next week, I've got a bunch of stuff going on, but I will stream at night. Thanks, everybody. You can't keep me here forever. I also have a button to end this thing, so...
Any of us could say it as well.
I need to get rid of this debugging messages. Just do it. End it. It doesn't work. I think you know how it works. Okay, thanks. Hello. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Now, he's going to be surprised when you put in like 6 different spellings of it next time and have it strip extra exclamation points.
Yeah. Wait, what was that one? K. It didn't.
Okay. There's a